Greetings, family. Greetings, eternal golden rune healing family. My cat is currently pulling on my charger. 1 second. Venus, you have to stop. Like, you can't. No, you have to stop. Let's see, family. So we have a 40-minute call because this is a Zoom recording. I was called to do this. It is really late. I'm really tired. I usually am not connected to Wi-Fi at this time. But the ancestors, the ancestors clearly have something that they want to share through my vessel. And therefore, I am here and you are here simultaneously in divine time throughout the timelessness of Maya Kum Kari. So, welcome in and get settled. My audio is not the best on my computer or phone, but it's worse on my computer. So the audio for this call is through my phone, which is also not the best. Um, but I hope y'all can hear me. And I'm holding my phone to make sure you all can hear me. You know, we'll take about 5 minutes to ground in purpose. Okay, so you see I'm wearing my turtle scarf of the 13th moon, my Selena shirt. Oh, you definitely cannot see that. I have my third eye covered. I have my black obsidian, my red jasper, my blue kenite, and then I have some crystal. I think my crown is in my room, but I have some crystals here as well. Um, and kind of gather, you know, the things you have to ground right now. Greetings. Now you see the light. It is September 18th, 2:25 a.m. as you are hearing this transmission from Source. It is important that I clarify that everything I post, everything I share, everything, I wouldn't say everything I say, but most of the things I share when I share it in a cosmic manner. Now, if I'm just signing up, y'all, that's me. But, and I'm not saying that what I post isn't me. I'm just saying that it's a part of me that is so sacred that in my, you know, Claire's, they I like to say Claire, so I'm all the Claires. Like say, in my Claire state and in my mediumship state and in my divine state. I don't really know how to explain it. I do know how to explain it. Like sometimes I don't really actually have to think because the Holy Spirit of Source speaks and thinks through me. And I know and I'm aware that not everybody has this gift. I grew up thinking, I don't I didn't really ask questions about every like things I do now, but I definitely thought that everyone was as tapped in as I was. I thought that I was, you know, a humanoid bot in the system who was just schizophrenic. But knowing that I'm all powerful and that I'm the God in my reality, I I want to make sure. Okay, so done? Okay. I want to make sure that um that is understood. So like as I'm talking, we're grounding in the knowing of what this 40 minutes is going to be about. And I don't know. Like I'm learning too. Like and I'm teaching, learning, and meditating simultaneously. And I'm not gonna lie, I won't say that I don't know what this is about. I do know the video. It's gonna be about, my journey because I already know that. But what I'm more talking about is like the exact things I'm gonna say. Because before I go on, I'm like, what am I gonna say, Spirit? Like, okay, well, this is the time thing we want you to say, but it's like it's gonna come out the way it comes out because it's through you. I forgot what I was gonna say. Like I said, I'm tired, y'all. And I think like when I'm tired, I my energy, I love to flow. So sometimes you just have to tell me to stop. Or in this sense, you'd pause the video. When I'm tired, I feel like my ego doesn't really have the energy to fight the direction of soul. And I think that's so funny because I'm laughing at my ego, like, you see us? You see us? Do you see us? And really rocking with the magnetic tone of purpose. Keeps playing in my head. Somebody must be meditating on a magnetic tone of purpose because I keep hearing that. Okay, let's do it. Get in a comfortable position with your sitting up straight. Everything is straight as can be. I just put my chair down a bit so that my feet are grounded on planted down wherever I am. You can watch this video outside and meditate outside and connect with the tree kingdom and the spirits of the air and the wind. Feel all your toes, wiggle your toes, roll your neck back. And for me, it's the back of my left hip, but take an inhale and breathe into the space that is causing you pain or discomfort. Think about that space, target that space, and think about what is that agitation. Breathe it in 5 seconds. Breathe out into that pain. Whew. Breathe out through your nose or through your mouth. Whatever is more effective for you to reach that area of your body that's causing you discomfort. I just want us to say this affirmation over this video. I am strong even when the world is weak. I am strong even when the world is weak. I am wise even when the world is poor of discernment. I am wise even when the world is poor of discernment. I am excellent in a world full of disappointment. I am excellent in a world full of disappointment. And this is my favorite. I am peace in a world covered in chaos. I am peace in a world covered in chaos. And take another inhale into your womb. You can rub your womb space and breathe that out into your feet, down your legs. Take another inhale from your feet into your heart space. Hold your heart space when you do this. And breathe it out from your heart space. Take an inhale into your ori, your third eye, your crown chakra, and then up to your soul star chakra, as high as you can go. I think we're in 8D. Some of y'all in 15. And breathe out through your throat chakra, coming back into the moment that you made the decision to press this video and come into the world of eternal golden womb healing peace family. Um, we'll get a warning when the time is out. I'm just checking. Why did you move? Why did you move to Mississippi? Why did you move to Mississippi? Why? That's the question I get constantly from everybody here and, really everybody. So I just graduated from Spelman College. Okay. And I was doing the symbol. Anyways, I just graduated from Spelman College. Um, I hold up, y'all. I got a message. I had a really deep experience in Atlanta, being in Atlanta for 4 years and really connecting with, myself, because that's what college is for, right? And exploring Atlanta, being in the West End, the portal that it is, the heaven that it is on earth, and meeting amazing people, learning about so much and growing. And so I wanted this next year, the first, your first job out of college, starting life for real, I wanted it to be so impactful, not only myself, but my lineage, and to dive into what better way to dive into your spiritual journey, but to go to the place where your lineage is from. So, like people are from Sunflower County, Mississippi, my grandfather grew up with Emmett Till, he's a distant cousin to Emmett Till. Um, I am, you know, the I am all that I am. And so it was important that I be here during this time because that is what Source has written out for me. And people wonder why. And I say, I've always wanted to be out of the city. I've always wanted to be in the South, deeper in the South than Atlanta. Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee is where my people are from as a Mississippian. I have another great grandmother from Tennessee, and then my mom's family is from Alabama and moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and my dad's family is from Mississippi, and they moved to Chicago, Illinois, and that's where I was born, Chicago. And so I always had a fascination with their journey. I always had a fascination with how the Great Migration, and how we got to this point, and why was I born in Chicago, and who am I? All those questions, and everything that's going on. We talk about light work and grid work. I feel this is a great place to be, because there is so much pain here. There is so much distraught, and not looking at it like, oh my God, like, let's save everybody. Like, no, like, after going through spiritual psychosis, I would say that I have been in a deep need to ground and isolate and to focus, right? And to be around so much love, but to also at the same time be around so much anger and hate. That's what I do. Yes, why you scratch me like that? Mhm. And as the eternal light bringer of source, and as a daughter of Tiamat, there's truly no place I'd rather be. I have an amazing job. I see Venus wants to be in the video. I have an amazing job, and the people here are family, like, literally, because this is the land that created me, the entire land, of course. But yeah, so I hope that answered that question. You know, when you're on your journey of accepting your purpose as starseed, there is a lot of humbling self, because what is the word starseed consist of? Star seed. You're not a star plant. You're not a star vegetable. You're not a star fruit. You're merely a seed. And I think that humbleness and humility. Okay. Venus is playing with a crystal, y'all. She's in training. She's gonna be the best black cat out here. I don't play. So you're a seed, and the land wants you to know that you're a seed, because many giants have fallen for you to be a seed. Not only that, a lot of us are struggling with imposter syndrome and being hard on ourselves when there's no need, because you don't need to think. You only need to do, and your doing is only growing, because that's your only job, is to grow, not materialistically, but in a way that enhances your insight on how to better serve. And I want to go in on something. I want to go in on something sensitive, because I want a lot of us to know that, we're all meeting each other for the first time. We're all coming together as a community, as a soul tribe. We're recognizing each other, and we say, oh, you're like me. Oh, you went through that too? Oh, But I want to have a disclaimer because not all of us went through the same horrific abuse. I mean, we live in a world where people are eating kids, but then if you make a dark joke, you're a bad person. We're living in a world where people are having, I just saw on TikTok, she's having this man's child so that she can be posted on his social media. We're living in a terrifying world that has nothing but, well, really nothing. And in terms of values, I mean, there's really no values on this world, on this planet, in a way that is, commonly understood. There's none of that here. And a lot of us have experienced horrific trauma and even from spiritual leaders, a lot of these spiritual mamas be wanting to, bro, Venus. Venus just like jumped at this point. I know you're tired, mama, but we gotta do this video. A lot of these spiritual EIs, mamas, all this, be wanting to be with their, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these men in these spiritual communities are just predators. So much has happened, and now we have to come together. And I think that there's no there. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do. There is no rush in that. There is no rush in that. Take your time. There's no pressure in us, growing and bonding together because guess what? We have the rest of eternity. We spent all that time forgetting and falling and making mistakes so that we could have the rest of eternity being in bliss and having time to bond and heal together and enjoy each other. So I just wanted to say that no matter what you all have experienced, me included, like, um, Venus is attacking. Hold up, y'all. So, we're gonna do that and we're gonna go over there. Are you there? I mean, um, there's no rush, family. Like, take your time. If something makes you nervous because of something, or you don't want to come across a certain way, it's okay because one thing about Big Mama, she already knows. Like, you don't gotta say much. Big Mama already knows. That's why she doesn't ask a lot of questions. That's why she doesn't wonder. That's why she doesn't wonder because she is wonder. She is wonderful in her essence. Aseo, Asia, Ko, Ikum, Watik, Awsa, Kosh. Okay, so shout out to the people who just subscribe. I've been DMing people. Y'all, this is this. And I think I need to put a disclaimer on how I grew up. I grew up in private school in Chicago in 2000, you know. You can do the math because I'm 22, right? So I grew up with, the wealthiest people in Chicago. Okay. My mom ordered groceries that were delivered to our house. I did Girl Scouts, violin, basketball, soccer, dance, singing lessons, therapy. Um, so much has changed. And I see how it affects people who have seen me evolve. And it does make me sad because I think, damn, you're never gonna read. you you may never reach the level of consciousness. And then I think, well, that can't make me sad because that's the whole purpose was for their purpose was to guide me for me to, get to where I am. And so it can be funny because it's not real. Because in another timeline, dynasty, reality, they they could be me. They could be just like me. Or they could be better than me. Like because it's not real. So okay. This is the next message we're flowing. So for the goddesses listening, actually, no, I'm not even gonna do this. No, I'm not even gonna do that no more. I gotta figure out something else to say. For the family, I guess, that have, boobs. So basically, like, we all have them, but women have, bigger breasts. Some men have them too. That's why I was like, hold up. I know everybody's situation different. Okay. Yeah. What I'm saying, it's really important, just as you would rub your womb or rub your yoni. You know what I'm saying? Not like it doesn't have to be sexual. I'm saying like in an effort to heal, like in an effort to actually heal, like this is the work. So that being able to rub your tata deep in your flesh, deep into your flesh tissue. That's really important, y'all. Because one thing my sister taught me is that any woman can breastfeed, even if you're not pregnant and you're not having a baby. When a child connects with you on that level, you can produce milk. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that life source creation itself? Isn't that God? I'm so grateful. Um, so the root chakra is a point, the planet dragon Tiamat, Tara, Gaia, Maya, and Kali, and any other dragons, green, white, red dragons that you work with. Okay, 10-minute warning, y'all. They have, center points, just like us. They have chakras, right? And these chakra points are connected to star systems. So, Source, what do you want me? So, what are the star systems? So they're saying the Orion's belt. Okay, family. I think we're done.